I think it's time for our fantasy break.
All right,
Brought to you
here we
by
go.
Losing Sucks.
Drunk on Broad, what's up, boys? It's Travis from the Losing Sucks Fantasy Football Podcast. 6 weeks are in the books. We are moving on to week 7. Let's recap really quick what we just saw this past weekend in week 6. Starting it off with Ramondre Stevenson, the number 1 overall running back on the week, with Damian Harris expected to be sidelined again, maybe for another 2 to 3 weeks. With the hamstring injury, we think Ramondre Stevenson has another huge week, maybe another top 5 or 10 in him this week. Fun fact for you right here. When we think about Alvin Kamara and Saquon Barkley, you think elite pass-catching running backs, right? Most people would agree with that. Those two guys have 26 targets apiece so far this season. Austin Eckler has 49 targets. This is unbelievable what we're seeing from Austin Eckler, on pace for over 145 targets. I don't see a slowdown. I don't have any problem with trading for Austin Eckler and moving out almost any piece in fantasy football. To the receivers, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs show up in a big way for you. These two guys are both in the top 5 right now at receiver and are paying off their draft costs, so you love to see that. Brandon Ayuk, Allen Robinson, and Juju Smith-Schuster join the party. It's about time, 6 weeks in, for these guys to finally show up. The mid-round wide receiver darlings, probably on a lot of people's benches, but at least they're finally showing some life. The weekly Who Got Left Out of the Fun for the dominant Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas Goedert gets it this time. I'm not worried about him. The big 5 are always going to be in your lineup. Jalen Hurts, Brown, Smith, Sanders, and Goddard. If you have them, put them in there. It's going to work out more times than not. We say it every week. Looking ahead to week 7 now, a few guys that I am loving this week. A cold Aaron Rodgers is going to absolutely light up Washington. The bad man is a madman this week, and I think a bold call of 300-plus yards, 4 touchdowns is on tap. I think we see the biggest week, maybe of the season, for Aaron Rodgers this week. Kenneth Walker looked incredible in his first game as a starter. He should be a top 12 option moving forward, and every week he seems to be matchup proof. He's running, he's catching. He looks really nice. I completely underrated him. I wish I had more shares of Kenneth Walker. I know Najee gave you a touchdown and bailed out the day. However, I think it's going to be rough for Najee. We've been saying this for a couple weeks. It's going to be rough going forward. I don't like the matchup with Miami. If you have other options, I would stay away from Najee Harris. Denver, Baltimore, and Washington. I'm staying away from all 3 of these backfields if at all possible until we know where they're going to go with Boone and Gordon, Latavius Murray. In Washington, you've got Robinson and Gibson and McKissick. These are just bad situations. J.K. Dobbins and Kenyon Drake, we don't really know who's getting what. Try to stay away. Much like the frustrated Packers, I think the passing attack for the Bucs shows no mercy this week. They are going to give it to Carolina, and I think it's a get-right game for Godwin, Evans, and Tom Brady. Get them all in your lineup. Obviously, no hesitation there. Finally, the return of DeAndre Hopkins. It feels like it's been 12 weeks. It's only been 6, but he's finally back with one of our favorites getting hurt, unfortunately, in Hollywood Brown. Should be out about 6 weeks from what we are hearing. The timing could not be better for DeAndre Hopkins, so get him in your lineup. The wait is over. I hope you guys have some good luck in week 7. Drunk on Broad, thanks for having us on, and come listen to the show sometime. Losing sucks. Don't do it.
I just love the Losing Sucks, don't do it part.